radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley,
who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is March 2nd, 2026, and hopefully the start of good weather here in Lincoln, Bock.
That's the plan, hopefully. Spring, I don't think officially starts till the 20th, but
I don't care. I'm starting now, Bock.
All right, I'll agree. I'll agree.
Long as time go up this weekend, Bock, it is spring in Nebraska for me.
Sounds good to me. Hopefully the weather cooperates.
All right, Bock, we're going to have a great show today. We got lots of stuff to talk about. We're going to listen to Matt Rhule over the weekend. We're going to go over some combine results. We're going to listen. We're going to look at the pre-wrestling season for Nebraska. Their top wrestlers coming up this year. But, Bock, on this day 64 years ago, you know what happened?
What happened?
Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points.
Oh, my goodness.
64 years ago, almost 100.
I can't believe it's been that long. Of course, there's not a whole lot of tape for it, just that picture of him holding up a little paper with 100. But I believe him. I mean, there was one year where he averaged 50, I think. I mean, so it was a different pace in game back then. Get it to the big guy who's close to the hoop.
Yeah. Do you ever think that record's going to be broken, Bock? I know the closest was it Kobe with the 88?
Yeah. 81, yeah.
81?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see it. These days with the 3-point line, guys can go off and but still 100 is just it's hard to imagine. You might have to get some overtimes in there. I don't think so. I mean, you're talking about the likes of Michael Jordan and LeBron James and scorers like Kobe Bryant and all those guys over the years, whose whole careers, 20-year careers have came and gone, not to make 100. I mean, I don't think so.
Bock, watching the combine, we're going to talk about that later, but I'm calling these kids, whatever they're eating or drinking, or is it Super Similac? They got something in the Similac now, Bock, because some of these kids are doing something that 5'8", 165-pound guys supposed to do. And they're doing it at 6'3", 240, 202, 220, linebackers, linemen, quarterbacks, or doing what running backs doing now.
It is crazy. I mean, again, just the evolution of the 40-yard dash, basically. And we talk about these athletes getting bigger, stronger, faster over the years and all that. Yeah, Emmett Johnson's 4.56 was one of the slowest at the combine. The 10 running backs that ran it. Usually that's a pretty darn good time, still considered to be relatively quick. But I mean, you had 3 guys under 4.3. I mean, that's just insane. I mean, the benchmark was kind of 4.4 for a lot of folks back in the day. Now I'd have to count it up. I mean, there's probably 20 guys here that ran the sub 4.4.
Yeah. We'll get in that later. But Bock, I got something for you, Bock. I want to know. Let me put it back on my. Here we go. I want you to tell me. You're an old school fictional football guy, ain't you?
Sure.
I want to know the best football players of all time in fictional movies, Bock. Give me number 1, Bock.
Mine was always Shane Falco.
Shane Falco.
Yeah.
He didn't make the list.
He didn't even make the list.
No, he didn't make the list. You want to know who number 1 is?
They don't respect the replacement.
Yeah, they don't speak. They don't like that movie. Number 1, fictional movie heroes, best player,
The Waterboy.
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher is number 1.
Yeah,
Mississippi Mud Dogs.
yeah. Number 2, Rod Tidwell.
Okay, that's a good one.
Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Yeah. Number 3, Julius Campbell.
Okay.
Remember the Titans.
Okay, Julius. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Earl Maggot,
Okay, yes.
The Longest Yard.
I don't know if that's the original or Nelly in there.
2000.
But... Okay, so Nelly, yeah.
No, 2005. Yeah,
okay,
2005.
Yeah.
Vontae Mack, Draft Day, 2014.
I don't know if I'd include anything from Draft Day in this, but sure.
Paul Crew, The Longest Yard, 2005.
Okay. Yeah.
Petey Williams, Little Giants, 1994.
This is a child then.
Yeah. Deacon Moss, The Longest Yard, 2005.
A lot of Longest Yard folks.
Yeah. Forrest Gump.
From Forrest Gump, obviously.
Yeah. Number 9.
He just kept running.
And number 10, Buddy, Air Bud,
Air Bud. All right.
the golden receiver.
We got dogs and children on the list. That's great.
If you had to pick one, Box, if you had your top 5, Box, who would it be?
Well, like I said, I'm a big replacements fan, so I'd probably put Shane Falco in there. But Bobby Boucher definitely deserves it. So I think you definitely put him in there. It depends on what kind of movies you like to and relate to, I suppose. But those would be the names that I go to.
You forgot all the guys from the Gridiron Gang.
Yeah.
You forgot most of the players from Remember the Titans. You can go to quarterback. What was his name? Sunshine?
Yeah, Sunshine.
Yeah,
sure.
you can go. It's plenty of stuff we can name on fictional movies, especially when it comes to football.
Yeah, and Rod Tidwell definitely deserves to be in there, so that's fair enough. How about Steamin' Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday? That's
Rudy.
Surprised didn't say that. Rudy, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that is a war crime. 0247 says. I could go. I could change this, Box. I could change mine.
You move it around.
Yeah, I can move it around. I'll throw Rudy in there. I throw Rudy and Shane Falco in there. So somebody got to come back. Somebody got to come out.
Maybe a dog.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Dog.
Air Bud, he's out of there.
He's a multi-sport athlete too.
Yeah. Who else?
The other names people have thrown out of the past. Thad
I'll
Castle.
take Vontae Mack out.
You take Vontae Mack?
Yeah. I don't,
Draft Day wasn't. Yeah, there wasn't much there.
I don't even know why it's on the list anyway.
I don't know who watched Draft Day and thought there was anything redeemable from that, but Icebox, that's another name Little Giants fans might throw out there.
Yeah. What was Woody Harrelson's name when he played in that Wildcats? You remember Wildcats?
Huh.
Goldie Hawn, she did that movie. Wildcats movie. Yeah.
Okay, mid 80s. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
You never seen Wildcats?
I don't think so. Wesley Snipes? Nice.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes. They had this big old kid in there. It was a good movie.
What were they attempting to do?
Football.
Just win football games.
Yeah, it was a very poor school. I forgot where it was located at, Bob, but it was a great movie.
Yeah, since it was Molly McGrath was the position coach. For Inner City Central High.
Yeah. So good movie. You should watch it one day, Bob.
She's also dealing with her ex-husband, so there's a little bit of drama in there. Fair enough. Like I said, there's some other names online that usually get thrown out there. Thad Castle,
Big Slim,
Blue Mountain State.
Somebody said Rudy and Remember the Titans are not eligible.
Yeah, because he's saying those are nonfiction.
Okay.
Yeah?
I see now, Bob, why they don't have it up there.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But actually, the people who played in the movies should be nominated. Rudy actor played a good one.
Yeah, he did, and was there? I suppose that's probably true that Rudy was based off.
I cried when I watched that.
Yeah,
one time.
I know.
I got emotional watching Rudy one time. Matt Damon, Brendan Fraser. What did they play?
Matt Damon and Brendan Fraser in a football movie. I'd have to think.
I don't know. Matt Damon. What movie was that?
Brendan Fraser famously played David Green in the School Ties. You ever see School Ties? That's probably what it was referring to.
Man, I'm not.
Matt Damon was in this one too.
No one from the program. The program was good too.
Yeah. Was it Johnny Utah from Point Break? Booby Miles from Friday Night Lights. Surprised he wasn't on there. Although he said that the story was based on a true story, but the character is often cited in fictional writings, so that could be it.
Papa Kevin in Lincoln. Guess I'm old school, but what about Burt Reynolds as the quarterback in the original Long Run?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who makes up these lists. I got a list that we're gonna go through later. Josh Pate came up with his perfect conferences, Bach. We're gonna go over that later, and we're gonna talk about that. But Bach, let's talk about men's basketball. Nebraska comes up all the way 9th in this week AP poll.
Yeah, it's good to see it. Nebraska back in the top 10. Of course, had to slid outside of the top 10 the last few weeks, but back to where they had been for a big part of this season. Very exciting. Obviously, Nebraska has 2 games to go. Got a big win over the weekend over USC. Not really sure what happened there. Ultimately, USC's best player is 26 years old. I mean, the story is just weird altogether.
Those old guys, they can't be coachable.
He said he was injured and then went and sat among like the students at the end of the bench, on a separate bench, and then didn't return to the team afterwards. They announced he's no longer with the team. So that was kind of strange. And really, I mean, I think just about everybody would agree. Watching the game, it turned quite a bit after his injury. I mean, Chad Baker-Mazar is his name. They were in the game. I mean, they were a threat. I mean, USC was winning even at halftime here. And give credit to Nebraska for what they did to get back in that game. But they certainly needed their leading scorer, and he left. And so now he's no longer on the team. So that was weird. But still, credit to Nebraska for getting it done. Price Sanford, 32 points. Another explosion of points for Price Sanford there. Braden Frager was 17 points off the bench. So did pretty well for the Huskers. And like you said, now in the top 10, facing UCLA tomorrow evening. And when I say evening, I mean late evening, 10 p.m.
I'll be asleep.
You will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never stay up for nothing that late. I mean, I barely can stay up past 10:30 now.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be different, but we can do one of these, I suppose. I'll do it. I'll stay up and watch it and get excited for it. And of course, Iowa, which will be senior day and a revenge game opportunity for Nebraska on Sunday. And we'll have post game for that too here on the ticket. So as well as UCLA at midnight. So look forward to that. But yeah, it's just a huge week. We're kind of getting down to positioning for the Big Ten tournament as well. Nebraska, I think it's now an 80% chance to get the triple bye as long as they finish in the top 4. Right now, they're number 2 in the standings at 14-4, tied there with Michigan State, who's also 14-4. But Nebraska, of course, has the tiebreaker in that scenario. So, even if they split these final 2 games, I think they're going to absolutely get the triple bye, which is the ultimate goal. But how much can you get? How much higher can you get? I mean, can Nebraska finish second in the standings like they are now? It's up to them. Win out, and you do.
Yeah, I think they have a great chance, Bach. I think one roadblock is in our way, and that is UCLA team this week, especially at a late time at night when everybody's trying to get used to it. I know they stayed out there extra couple of days, but if we can get these 2 games right here, Bach, Nebraska's in good shape. I mean, when I say good shape, I mean you got a Purdue team that lost last night to who did they lose to?
Purdue lost to Ohio State.
Yeah, 84-72. So that helps us out even more to knock Purdue down a game or more behind us. But I think if we can get this UCLA game, Bach, I think we come back home and we beat the snot out of Iowa for what they did to us at their home court.
Well, I certainly hope so. Iowa's got their own problems, right? They lost to Penn State over the weekend. They're 3-7 away from Carver Hawkeye Arena. But when you look at UCLA, I mean, that's where the challenge is. Not only the time difference, but UCLA has taken care of business at home. They are 19-10 overall on the year. 16-1 at home. That is a league best 16 wins at home this season for the Bruins. The only other team with only one loss at home this year, of course, would be Michigan. So, I mean, they've got a home court advantage. We'll see how it plays out. Tyler Bedell, one of the best players in the Big Ten. Very, very good player. Their leading scorer, 18.4 points per game. He shoots 45.5% from beyond the arc. Stretch forward, 6'9", 235. So, I mean, he is a handful, and we'll see how they do. And remember, never forget that Berke Butenjo once played for the UCLA Bruins. So a bit of a homecoming for him as well, and a chance for, I don't know if you'd say payback or whatever it might be, but just to get the upper hand in that in that particular battle between Nebraska and UCLA.
And we'll try to have Austin online tomorrow when we'll give him a shout out and see can we have him for a few minutes on our show. He's matter of fact, he's getting ready to fly out to LA right now, or what, Beverly Hills or wherever UCLA is for to go watch the game.
Yeah, it should be nice. Of course, Nick Sainer came in from Los Angeles when we sent Austin out there, so just worked out to work better that way for everybody's schedules and stuff. But yeah, it's been an LA week for Nebraska basketball. They're just staying out there waiting for the game, and we'll see how it turns out. I know they've got a little bit of a press opportunity as well. I think Nick's going to be joining that here in the next couple of minutes or here fairly soon. So we'll see. We'll give you updates if there are more, but it is the season of dreams for Nebraska basketball. I don't think anybody can argue that. Even if you drop a few, of course, that would put a damper on the end of the season. But either way, this has been a magical run, and we don't want that magical run to end. The good part, the tournament part, is coming up just around the corner.
All right, Bock, let's go to break, and when we come back, we'll talk more Husker sports. We'll talk Husker baseball, Husker softball. We'll talk Husker wrestling. It's time for the postseason for wrestling, and we'll see the seedings for the men's and see what we can do as Huskers. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock and the Black Shirt. We'll be right back.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Biggest question people have is, how do I start the process? What is the process? I want to build a new home, but I don't know what the first step is.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
The first step is make an appointment. Come on into my office. Let's sit around the table. Let's talk about what you're looking for, what your needs are, what your budget might be. And let's come up with some answers on what we're going to build, where we're going to build it, and what it's going to cost. And get a house that you're going to be happy with. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done. Once you find a good lot, let's get it reserved, because there's a very limited number of lots in this town. And then start designing that floor plan that's going to be perfect for you. Next thing you know, we're moving dirt.
Make your dream home a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and the rest of the 93.7 The Ticket crew as we bring you live coverage of the 2026 NSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament from Pinnacle Bank Arena. The action tips off Wednesday, March 4th. If it's being played at Pinnacle Bank Arena, it's heard on The Ticket. Class A to Class D2 all week long. Join us March 4th through March 7th as we crown 6 state champions from the 2026 NSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Hey fellas, March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So here's your friendly reminder that ignoring your gut isn't a strategy on the field or in real life. Once you hit 45, screening isn't optional anymore. It can literally save your life. Advanced medical imaging makes it easy with fast, comfortable CT colonography. No hospital hoops, no all-day ordeal. Just a simple scan that helps you stay ahead of the game. Talk to your doctor about getting your screening ordered at AMI and keep yourself in the lineup for the long run.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered by Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Brad.
Excavating.
All right, Bach. That's baseball team over the weekend, Bach. Won the first game, lost the last 2 against number 7 seed Auburn down there in Auburn, Alabama.
Yeah, it definitely felt like they had better opportunities and take advantage of those to win those games. The last 2 games not particularly close, but nevertheless, still 5-5 at this point in the season. Already 2 top 25 victories, 1 in that series against Auburn and 1 against Florida State. So again, not the worst. Nebraska, as many Midwestern and Northern schools face weather problems and maybe not playing your midseason ball at the beginning of the season. I think are off to a good start, and that's why you schedule that, right? You obviously you'd love to sweep it, you'd love to win the series. Don't get me wrong, but even just 1 victory should help Nebraska as far as RPI and maybe at-large bid, all that sort of stuff down the line. But we know it's the Big Ten. Nebraska's going to have to prove more than others. Adam Carricker was going through it in the previous show that there's 1 Big Ten team ranked, that being UCLA at the top, but it's not the premier conference in college baseball. So for that, you've got to schedule some tough non-con. They've done that so far, and so far pretty good even results, if you will, at 5-5.
Yeah.
So you'll take it.
Well, it's a start.
Yeah,
it's a start. We seen Nebraska last year start off slow, end up fast. So hopefully it's a trend for them, but we don't want to make that a trend every year.
No, not necessarily. But again, it is kind of, just where Nebraska is geographically. Can be tough to get going early. As you pointed out, they've been kind of saved by their late season runs, especially last year, more so than the previous year, to win the Big Ten tournament. So, but you don't want to have to rely on that. You'd love to be in better positioning toward the end, and you can see what gets done here. But yeah, I mean, there's a long way to go, right? Like you're saying, you'd always love to win more games, but there's a long way to go.
Yeah. All right, about women's softball, I think we ended up playing 2 games. 1 was canceled because of weather.
Yeah, that being up against Oklahoma State. Yep, and in the same type of thing there, and it's kind of fun. to go through it is that, usually you're kind of going through this game, like, maybe that's not the worst thing in the world for Nebraska softball. You have so much confidence in them. You're like, all right, man, I wish they would have had a chance to beat Oklahoma State twice and win that series. Weather said otherwise, so fair enough. But of course, Nebraska was not just out there facing Oklahoma State over the weekend, also had a trip to Tulsa away from Stillwater on Friday to take on South Dakota State in Tulsa, won both those games. So overall, a pretty darn good trip, all things considered, 3-1 over the weekend. Just would have rather had an opportunity to place to beat Oklahoma State in that series. Oklahoma State would probably say the same thing. That was a close series. Nebraska lost on Thursday, 1-2 in 11 innings, and then beat Oklahoma State 4-3 on Saturday. So would have no doubt been, or most likely been, a close game to decide the series winner. But nevertheless, Nebraska now has one more little bit of a interesting weekend to go here with South Dakota State and Omaha around the corner at the Big Red Spring Classic, opening things up at Bowling Stadium. And then you get into Big Ten play.
Yes, sir. Bach, let's read a couple of text messages. 1982 said, 1982 says, let's see if we can make one of the Bruins players quit at halftime like the Trojans.
That could be a goal. I don't know if that's going to happen. Again, it's so rare. I've never seen too much of that.
All right, Bach. Lemon says, if we win just one of two, if we just, hold on. He said, if we win just one of the last two games, we are guaranteed either a 2 or a 3 seed in the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, it's getting down to the nitty gritty time. I mean, the numbers play out. So appreciate the text there. Looks to be good for Nebraska, of course, to get that triple bye.
One person says 8985 says Price only needs 6 3-pointers in the last 2 games to be the all-time leading conference 3-point leader made. Is that for a season?
Yeah, that's for a season.
Okay.
But can break the Big Ten record. Sean Respert of Michigan State's held that for quite some time. But again, when we look at historical seasons, we talk about how good Nebraska is, and this is partially to the argument that I always have. I know you're on Team Sammy for Team MVP. It's good that there's multiple guys out there, but what Price Sanford is doing is not just historic in Nebraska fashion; it's historic in Big Ten fashion. And another 30-point game to add to that total. It's just incredible. So we'll see. Yeah, he's at to set a conference record with 2 games remaining. That should be very possible.
All right, Bob, you have the rest of the season?
We get the pre-seeds here.
Yeah, go ahead and read them off, Bob.
For the Big Ten for the Big Ten tournament, which is coming up this weekend. Let's see. The Cale Lauritsen at 125 is the 11 seed. At 133, you got Jacob Bandy, the 6th seed at 133. At 141, Brock Hardy, the 2 seed. And remember, if you're thinking about some of these names, well, remember, this is the Big Ten. This is basically, there's a lot of national champion performers up there. At 149, Chance Lammer gets the 6th seed. At 157, Antrell Taylor gets the number 1 seed. LJ Arugio at 165, the 5 seed. Christopher Minto, the 1 seed at 174. Silas Allred gets the 3 seed at 184. Camden McDaniel at 197 gets the 2 seed, and AJ Ferrari will get the 2 seed as well in the heavyweight division.
All right, Bach. What I was going to say, I was looking at something for a minute.
But it can be big for Big Ten wrestling. Again, we know the teams that are up there. Penn State.
Yeah, where's this at, Bach?
It's at Penn State.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be tough. A lot for the Big Ten has been kind of the race for second because Penn State has owned college wrestling for quite some time.
Oh, Bach, that changed my whole trajectory of things now with this Penn State thing going on, especially at Penn State.
If you're looking to look out for it, though, the Big Ten Network will air Session 1 and Session 2 semifinals on Saturday, so you can follow along there. Session 4 will, for the first, third, and fifth place matches, will be Sunday on March 8th.
All right, Bach. I have the best combination in baseball and softball records put together as teams, as one unit in college baseball. Texas, both of them. Women's softball, men's baseball. 30-1.
And that's not too bad.
Florida, baseball and softball, 33-2. North Carolina, 28-2-1. Virginia, 28-2. Alabama, 29-3. Mississippi State, 29-3. Tennessee, 27-3. How many we lost in softball so far? 4? We're like 12-4, aren't we? 11-5.
Softball 14-5. Yep.
14-5, and the men is so
5
we're like
5.
yeah.
So 19-10.
19-10 ain't bad.
Not bad.
We won't make the list though.
Not gonna make the list. Yeah, I was wondering
because if you go to the bottom is 26-6 Kentucky team.
Okay, yeah. It does remind me of the basketball. I mean, we did those rankings earlier for basketball, both men's and women's, and Nebraska was very high for a long part of the season of that. Of course, the women's basketball team went through non-con undefeated. Unfortunately, that came to a halt at some point for the women. We'll see what they can do. Of course, their season might be on the line against Indiana, and the Big Ten season starts. When I say season, I mean at least for NCAA tournament consideration. Might get the NIT as well, but they are on the bubble there. So it's that stat just reminded me of the times of going back a few months and being able to brag on the basketball teams.
All right, Bock. Josh Pate came out with his perfect football conferences. You want to hear some of these, Bock? I like it. I kind of dig it.
Okay.
I kind of dig some of it. I think when he talks about what he likes now, independent, it still's going to be Northwestern. No, independent. He says Notre Dame, Northwestern, and Vandy.
He's kicking Northwestern and Vandy out.
Yeah.
Other conferences. Okay.
He says the ACC would be Florida, Miami, Florida State, North Carolina State, North Carolina, Clemson, Wake Forest, Duke, Georgia Tech, Virginia, and Maryland. All right. The Pac-10 would be USC, UCLA, Oregon, Oregon State, Washington, Washington State, Cal, Stanford, Arizona, and Arizona State.
Yeah, it's a bit traditionalist. Yeah, the Pac-10.
Yeah. The Big 8, Oklahoma, Kansas, Kansas State, Iowa State, Nebraska, BYU, Oklahoma State, Missouri, Colorado, and Houston. No, in Utah.
It doesn't sound like that conference was was particularly favored. Might have went the other way with some of the big names. So I don't know. That doesn't sound great for Nebraska.
Southwest, Texas, Texas Tech, SMU, Baylor, Texas A&M, TCU, Rice, Houston, Arkansas, and Tulane.
Wow. At least Big 8 got the Battle of Oklahoma there because they should, right? The Southwestern Conference, Oklahoma was not in.
All right, the SEC, Ole Miss, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Alabama, Tennessee, Auburn, Kentucky, and LSU. The Big 10, Ohio State, Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Purdue, Illinois, and Indiana. In the Big East, Boston College, Pitt, Louisville, Rutgers, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, West Virginia, Cincinnati, UConn, and UCF.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, he's a traditionalist. He wants to bring back the Big East and the Southwest and the Pac-10. That's fine. I mean, that's how I would do it too. Is if you drew it up, or if I could ideally do it, I would bring back a lot of those conferences. Though I'm a little bit more I was born and raised throughout. Well, I was born in the Big 8, but raised throughout a lot of the Big 12 days. I know you were kind of right in the middle, split the difference there yourself. But I might be less interested in going back to getting the Southwest Conference together.
Well, I was part of the Big 8 last year. The Big 8, first year the Big 12.
Yeah.
So,
do you like the Big 8 or the Big 12 better?
I don't know. I just play football. It don't matter
Right.
to me. I mean, I just feel like once you go out there and you put your helmet on, I don't care who you playing against. It's football. That's what it's called.
Yeah, certainly would work either way there. But Nebraska, of course, in a lot of these old, kind of bringing back football to how it used to be, would pull Nebraska back to the Big 8. We've had those conversations. They popped up again more recently with Bill Moose kind of discussing potential possibilities of moving back to the Big 12 when he was in office. But, the Big 10, I think most of us are pretty happy with where Nebraska's at. To your point, it's football. We'd rather win more games than they have in the Big 10. But I don't know how many people blame the Big 10 for that rather than looking internally at Nebraska.
Yeah, if it was me, I would have stayed in the Big 12.
Yeah, you lose some money.
I mean, I don't care about money. It's football, though. So, I don't know. You try to play with the big boys and you can't. So, you need to go back down to that Big 12.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. I'm not sure if the Big 10 is and they have. I mean, historically, you can put it, they bullied Nebraska. They haven't been able to get back to once they once were. In fact, have kind of fallen further down. But again, I don't know if that's because the Big 10 is so strong.
Best year in the Big 10 for Nebraska. What, 10-2? 9-3?
Yeah, you'd have to go back to when 10-4, under Bo Pelini, yeah.
So that's their best record in the Big 10 since we've been in it.
Yep. We played for the Big 10 championship in 2012.
And got blown. Who was that? Wisconsin?
Wisconsin blew them out, yeah.
Yeah. Who's the running back?
There were several. Melvin Gordon, Monte Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember those, Bob.
There was plenty. Anybody that touched the ball. James White had a big day. Yep.
Yeah. All right, Bach, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more sports. We'll talk a little college football. I want y'all to hear what Greg Skanky has to say. He's the commissioner of SEC. We'll talk about that next on Bock the Blackshirt.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Gentlemen, are you ready for something beyond the ordinary haircut? At Scissors and Scotch Lincoln, they blend your old-school barber feel with your favorite watering hole. Sink into a comfy chair, unwind with a complimentary drink, and let their master barbers handle the rest. It's not just grooming, it's an experience. Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, needing to get cleaned up before family comes to town, or just need a little time to yourself, Scissors and Scotch Lincoln delivers sharp style every time. Book now at Scissors and Scotch in Lincoln, just south of 30th and Yankee Hill Road.
Cancer Awareness Month. So here's your friendly reminder that ignoring your gut isn't a strategy on the field or in real life. Once you hit 45, screening isn't optional anymore. It can literally save your life. Advanced medical imaging makes it easy with fast, comfortable CT colonography. No hospital hoops, no all-day ordeal. Just a simple scan that helps you stay ahead of the game. Talk to your doctor about getting your screening ordered at AMI and keep yourself in the lineup for the long run.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on from Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. We have girls basketball, state basketball coming up Wednesday on The Ticket. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We'll have Nick Sainert and guys. They'll be doing a live broadcast out there from Pinnacle Bank to see who is this year's state winners. Are you excited about that, Bob?
Oh, absolutely. Always. When you get to see different faces around town, people make the journey to Lincoln. And you sometimes here being in Lincoln, you forget. That's the goal for many of these folks in these basketball teams that have been, through blood, sweat, and tears, trying to get to this level and then produce once they get here. So it's always fun. I mean, obviously, only one team from each class is going to go home happy, but the thrill of the win or go home tournament style and seasons ending, careers ending. Some teammates you'll never play with again. I mean, all that stuff makes for is a good ingredients for a good recipe here of a lot of fun come tournament time.
Yeah, Lincoln always have something going on because I was at Taco Bell this weekend. I got hungry and I pulled into Taco Bell. It was like 18 big trucks in there, just big, oversized. I call them country trucks. I mean, you could tell they're from the country because, Lincoln doesn't have those big trucks, but they was from County 16. It was like 8 of them. They had cowboy boots on, everything. I was like, what's in town now? I stayed at Taco Bell 20 minutes, Bob. I ordered 2 spicy potatoes and a double cheese burrito.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah, no, I sat some time in the Taco Bell line myself, and I think
it's
part of it.
It wasn't food for anybody else. It was my food.
No, I understand. That's part of going to Taco Bell sometimes, especially depending on the location you go to, is that, you're going to sit there for a while.
Well, the night before I sat in the bed, Bach, I thought I was hungry. I was hungry, but it was one of those deals. Okay, it's 11 o'clock. I'm hungry. I lay in the bed. I say, okay, Burger King. Up, it's 12.
Uh-oh.
Up is 1, McDonald's. Oh, just go to sleep. All right, that's what you do. Just go to sleep hungry, get you something in the morning.
Your options do get limited as you go on throughout the day. But I did want to say this. Your option maybe here for tomorrow night could be Liquid Assets. Stop by Liquid Assets tomorrow night for their weekly trivia and stay for the Husker basketball game at 10 p.m. against the UCLA Bruins. So they will be open if you're looking for somewhere to watch the UCLA game. Again, trivia starts at 7. If you're the smartest in the building, you win gift cards and prizes to Liquid Assets. Stay all night tomorrow night for Nebraska UCLA and see if the Huskers can lock up the 2 seed in the Big Ten tournament with a win against the Bruins. Cheer on the Huskers tomorrow night at Liquid Assets, just off of 27th and Yankee Hill Road in Lincoln. If you weren't invited for anywhere else for the game, you now are.
I have to take a nap. I have to take a nap. If I want to watch that game, I have to take a nap.
Oh, yeah, you got to plan her out for that game.
I have to take a nap about 5. And that's pretty damn hard, Bob.
You're not wrong, though. I think that's a good point, is that I think most people, if you are going to stay up for that game, you're going to have to make adjustments to your daily schedule, both Tuesday and Wednesday, because it will affect you on Wednesday.
All right, Bob, I just seen this. I want to go over this. This helps out Mississippi State and Mississippi, Ole Miss anything.
The Egg Bowl.
Yeah, no, not the Egg Bowl.
No.
But this helps out. Just listen to this.
Okay.
The Mississippi House has passed a bill that would exclude athletes' NIL earning from state income tax. Arkansas passed a bill in 2025 to exempt NIL from income tax. Florida, Texas, Tennessee, and other states with SEC schools that have no income tax. Hold on. That have no income tax.
That definitely does help. I'm not sure, and I'd have to go, more into the tax code to see why they would do that. I mean, again, it's beneficial. Definitely helps the schools. It would save some money.
Helps the athletes out too.
It does. I just don't know, legally why they would do that.
To attract the athletes more, Bob.
Yeah, again.
Hey, you come here, or you go to California where they take half of your money, or you stay here in Mississippi where you get all your money.
I get that. I just don't know why that would be fair to do so, but maybe it's not. Maybe that's not what they're going for.
Well, I'm just saying. Sounds good on paper though, Bob.
Yeah, and I think in general you look at it, as I was Googling it, so I'm no expert on this, but the response was pretty much just what you mentioned. There's no big government reason for this. It would just be to boost economic competitiveness, attract businesses and high income residents, and prevent brain drain is what I got when I Googled it quickly. So yeah, I mean, it's just to make it more of an attractive option, especially in the SEC when you're competing with some other teams. So I mean, maybe Nebraska could do it as well, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right, Bock, you got anything before we hit the second hour?
Yeah, there's a few things I wanted to get to here. We got a few minutes, so might as well do it. And a little bit of it, I'm gonna quiz you a little bit and see how well you would guess the fastest Huskers 40 times over the last several years. This is dating back quite a bit, but Emmett Johnson, of course, ran a 4.56 at the combine this past weekend. Not the fastest time. It was 10th at the combine among running backs, but we know that was, we all know he doesn't have that top end speed. One of the kind of the biggest thing missing from his repertoire, but shouldn't slow him down. Other running backs that have run 4.56 at the combine over the years include Alvin Kamara, who's had a pretty darn good career. Aaron Jones, current running back and now in the NFL. Deion Lewis and Jeremy Hill were other names that I found. But if you're a little bit worried about that time, it shouldn't be. Again, it's a solid time. But other running backs that have fared well over the years with slower times include Brian Westbrook, who ran a 4.57. Deshaun Foster ran a 4.57. Jamal Lewis had a pretty darn good career at 4.58. So did Sean Alexander and Frank Gore and Devontae Freeman, all at 4.58. Le'Veon Bell, once the bell of the ball of the running backs in the NFL, ran a 4.6. Kareem Hunt ran a 4.62. Alfred Morris ran a 4.63. David Montgomery, who's in the news today for being traded, ran a 4.63 in his time. James Conner, a starting running back for the Cardinals, ran a 4.65. Kyron Williams ran a 4.65. He's pretty darn good running back in the league right now. And Arian Foster ran a 4.69 at the combine. Did not help him get drafted, went undrafted, but had a solid career. But now as we go through it, I've got several names here. I'll just go through it and you tell me who you think had a better 40 time. We'll start with Rex Burkhead or Darren Diedrich.
Better.
Who had the better 40 time? Yep.
Rex
Burkhead ran a 4.73. That did not beat Darren Diedrich's 4.62. So Darren Diedrich gets the victory there.
Well, who had a longer career?
I think Rex Burkhead
Okay,
did.
thank you.
All this is stuff to kind of keep in mind.
Bob, go ahead. Let's go.
Yeah. How about Amir Abdullah or Corey Ross?
Corey Ross.
Corey Ross did run a 4.58. Amir Abdullah had a 4.6 at the combine. So you did get that one. Good pick there. Let's see. I've got a few more here. My phone will work with me. How about let's do Roy Halu or Eric Crouch? Who's faster?
Let's go Eric Crouch.
Eric Crouch ran a 4.47. Very fast. Roy Halu, a 4.4. Roy Halu is the fastest among the group that I took down over the last 20 years or so. But here's a really good one. This is decided by a very small percentage point, so it's going to be tough for you. Correll Buckhalter or Brandon Jackson?
Cornell.
It was Correll Buckhalter. He ran a 4.53. Of course, had a very good career with the Eagles and Broncos. Brandon Jackson ran a 4.54, which at least at that time was good enough for him to be a second-round pick. So, I think more than anything through these numbers, you can see it doesn't necessarily change your career. It's just a 40 time, right? But it can elevate and hurt yourself as far as stock or draft position goes. Though I think a 4.56 for Emmett Johnson, probably good, right? Didn't blow the lid off of people or something that you didn't expect. But I think that's some pretty solid speed for him going into the draft.
Yeah, but when you look at the elite guys that go before him, Bach, and you look at the guys that was able to run a 4.33, a 4.38, the 4.43 by the other running backs ahead of him.
Yeah.
Now it makes it look like why these guys are more, let's say, in a better position than he is.
Well, yeah, I mean, they definitely have more top-end speed. Again, that was never going to be Emmett Johnson's calling card. But he is surpassing his senior season because he had that good of a year this past year. Again, I think it's going to be the same thing. I don't expect him to hit home runs at the next level, as often as maybe some of these other guys. To your point, like a guy that a lot of people said over the year, right, that Emmett Johnson deserved to get in, and be a Doak Walker finalist and all that stuff. Jeremiah Love ran a 4.36.
Yeah.
That is incredible speed for a guy of 6 foot 212. That's some pretty darn good speed. So we kind of know and again understand that Emmett Johnson's 40 time was probably not going to lead the group. It just had to be solid enough, not stand out. Like I think a 4.6. His first one he did run was a 4.6. You get a couple attempts at it. He might even try to do better at pro day, but I think a 4.56 is pretty solid for him. But to your point, that was 10th among the running backs that ran it.
All right, Bock. Adam Randall, he led the way with 26 reps of 225. Emmett Johnson, 16.
Yeah. I think there were 7 running backs that did bench press, and Emmett's 16 were tied for the back end of that with running back out of Navy.
Emmett Johnson led our running backs in the 20-yard shuttle, 4.29. Robert Henry Jr., 4.31. Adam Randall, 4.53.
Yeah, good to get to win under your belt. Only 4 running backs ran it, but he was the best.
Yeah. When we look at their 40, Seth McGorn, Kentucky, 42.5. I think if you had a winner to give to today, whoever boosted their name up, who would it be for you in the running back position right now, Bob? Out of all the running backs at the combine.
Oh boy.
Mike Washington Jr.?
Yeah, Mike Washington probably, because he had the, for the 10-yard split, he led that. He won the 40-yard dash with the 4.3. Was second in vertical jump.
Yeah.
Second in broad jump. And then, some of those other things he didn't do. So I would say him. And again, it's interesting. He comes from a team that went 2-10 last year in the SEC.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more combine, man. We're going to go through the quarterbacks, receivers, DBs, defensive tackles, and we'll see if another Nebraska guy did his stuff there at Indy up there at the combine. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the black shirt. We'll be right back.
At Planet Fitness, we're getting strong for the season's biggest games. Join now and your first month is free. Whether you're chasing a buzzer beater or your everyday goals, we've got next level amenities like red light recovery and hydro massage to help you rebound and recover. Plus, with the PF Black Card, you can bring a friend anytime and access over 2,800 locations. Join now for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get your first month free. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, March 13th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names. Plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Hey, this is Jay Foreman, the host of Old School, 3 to 6 p.m. here at 93.7 The Ticket. And one of my favorite things to do is come down and meet all the fans before and after as they cheer on our beloved Huskers.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
No one's ever explained it this way. That's what we hear at Trade-Offs when you finally see how today's crop insurance tools work with your grain marketing plan, not in isolation. With hail and wind rates increasing and margins already tight, it's time to challenge how you look at crop insurance. It's time to ask better questions. It's time to call Trade-Offs. Call us at 402-858-7501 or visit gotradeoffs.com to start the conversation. That's GOTREDAS.com. Trade-Offs, ingrained in your success. No, seriously, give us a call.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. Jake Bockelman.
Yes.
Let's talk some combine talk right here, Bock. What I've seen out of this combine, Bock, I've seen, the before and the after of some of these kids. They were showing like when they first got to college and when they was at the end of their college run. Most of these kids, I won't say most, damn near all of them are developed, Bock, when we talk about development in college football. You could tell by the way some of these athletes ran, jumped, even looked that they were real players.
Yeah, it is incredible. And of course, it's been a big kind of talking point again is how many of these guys can run, sub 4.4 these days. Back in 20 years ago, there might be, 2 or 3 guys that put up those numbers. Now it's just crazy the amount of guys that are doing so. And so, like you said, I mean, a lot of that can be development. I think more so. I mean, everything that's poured into specifically getting ready for these drills as well. I think that's something that is kind of interesting that I found kind of a bit interesting too about hearing about it over the years. I know asking you didn't really do different drills to kind of get ready for this, but some folks do. And they're not necessarily some people when they get ready for these, you're training to get better at, what's specifically in front of you at the 40-yard dash, at the vertical jump, like the bench, all that sort of stuff. Not necessarily as much in football shape. So it's a little bit different. It's interesting the way that it's all done, but the numbers that people are putting up are crazy. I mean, you've got what is it? 3 running backs this year, sub 4.4 speed. Wide receivers, you've got it's even hard to count up there. Over 10.
Yeah.
Over 10 guys with sub 4.4 speed.
Let's start at the quarterbacks. We'll start at the quarterback. Taylor Green of Arkansas. 4.36, Bock.
At quarterback.
At quarterback. I watched this kid play. I was kind of high on Arkansas for a minute, but they didn't have the defense to match the offense.
Yeah, it's been too bad. The Sam Pittman era didn't turn around, didn't get any better. But for them, it is crazy. You look at both him and his running back performed really well at the combine. You sit back and think, man, what could they have done? Maybe with some help, right?
Yeah.
And that's where it is. They finished 0-8 in league play, 2-10. But Green's a guy that people have had their eyes on for quite some time.
6'5", 42.5 inch vertical, Bob.
Just a crazy athlete.
Yeah, that broke Jalen 43.5. Broke Jalen. Who's the quarterback the year before that? Jalen
Hurts? I don't know.
No, the one that plays for Washington.
Oh, Daniels. Yeah.
Jalen Daniels' record.
Okay.
All right, Bob, when we still go back to quarterbacks, you look at Haynes King, quarterback from Georgia Tech, also running a 4.4, what was it, 6? 4.46. Cole Payton, North Dakota State, 4.56. Jalen Daniels from Kansas, 4.65. Luke Allmeyer from Illinois, 4.72. Not a bad group of quarterbacks. You didn't see the what's his name from Indiana? He didn't. I don't think he chose to do anything yet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No need to if you're going to be the number one pick. No reason to get anybody to question that. But yeah, it's interesting, especially with those guys at the top. Obviously, Haynes King, with that type of speed, gives you more of an idea about what Georgia Tech was able to do and how they were able to do it behind that Jape Wade offensive line, right?
Yeah.
And Haynes King, we do, and people know in general, great athlete, and a heck of a running quarterback. But now you can see it, right? I mean, again, 4.4 speed at quarterback is crazy. 953 yards and 15 touchdowns this past year. And as you look at it, Nebraska now interested in getting a running quarterback into the mix. I like what Anthony Calandria and folks that, the quarterback room, TJ Lateef and everybody bring to the position, but I'm not sure if it's going to be 4.4 speed.
Yeah.
So again, what Georgia Tech did is going to be hard to replicate, even if you bring in Georgia Tech's offensive line coach and Jape Wade. So I think that's interesting kind of connection to Nebraska. And then Cole Payton's an obvious connection to Nebraska as well. Ran a 4.5 there from North Dakota State. He once had a walk-on offer from Nebraska. And you can do your own evaluation of over the last couple of years about who would have been a better choice. But Cole Payton certainly makes an argument for himself.
All right, Bob, we're going to go on receivers. Brennan Thompson ran a 4.26 for Mississippi State. Xavier Thomas ran a 4.28 wide receiver. LSU. Deion Burks ran a 4.30. Oklahoma. Jeff Caldwell ran a 4.31 for Cincinnati. Glad we didn't get to see that speed. And Bryce Lance, wide receiver from North Dakota State, ran a 4.34. Is he the kid to Trey Lance? Is that his brother?
That could be. That would make sense there.
Well,
I'm not sure.
They're both light-skinned brothers, Bob.
Yeah, I can look into that.
Yeah,
That would
look
make
into
sense.
that right
At least.
quick. Look into it, and I'll read the rest of them.
Okay, yeah.
Zachariah Branch, UGA, ran a 4.35. Eric Rivers from Georgia Tech, 4.35. Let's see, any well-known. Chris Hilton Jr., 4.41. Omar Cooper Jr., 4.42. Kevin Coleman Jr., 449. Carnell Tate, Penn State, 453.
Expect to be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
That could be interesting. Bryce Lance is indeed, by the way, the younger brother of Trey.
You see, I knew
Yeah.
I knew
Good picking.
something was kind of strange with that last name. When we go to the vertical jump for the receivers, Deion Burks, 42.5. Jeff Caldwell, 42. Kendrick Law, 42. Bryce Lance again, 41.5. Skylar Bell, 41. Jacoby Lane, 40. These kids can jump. I don't know. This is steroids.
Do you remember your jump?
I was like a 36.5.
Okay. Still pretty solid, but not up there at the top.
Yeah. I didn't, but here's the thing why I didn't work out, because I didn't know what true position. I knew I was going to be a safety, but for me, it was trying to get in workouts. So trying to work on my back pedal and work on my turn and run. So it wasn't no use for me trying to go up there and run or do drills because I was a linebacker. You know, I was just finished my linebacker for playing for my, for the early part of my life. And then I go through a position change in less than a month. I have to do drills. So I wasn't ready yet. And then I had to still do some more drills.
Did you do pro day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't good.
Oh,
too much, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Bock, let's go to tight ends and see what they're running. Hey, this was the group right here. This was the guy who made me watch the rest of this combine. Let's go 40. Tight ends. Kenya Sadiq.
Yes.
439. Get out of here, Bock.
From a tight end.
This kid is 6'3", Bock. This kid is 6'3", 241. 241. 439. I can't believe it.
Which was the record for tight ends, right?
Yeah. Record for tight ends. He bench pressed 26 reps. He broad jump 11-1. He even vertical jumped 43.5, Bock. His split was 1.54, which was faster than Emmett Johnson. His was a 1.5. Emmett was a 1.59.
Wow. I mean, you just what a crazy. I can't wait to see what he does in pro. Of course, was the Big Ten tight end of the year this past year, and has been very good at his entire career at Oregon. So it's been fun to kind of follow his path. But man, that talk about a guy that definitely improves his stock. That doesn't need a whole lot more of it.
Yeah.
But that is crazy.
Yeah. Other tight ends: Eli Stower, 4.51. I'm trying to see the one that went to Georgia Tech. I mean, not Georgia Tech, but what's his name that went to A&M?
Oh yeah. For Nebraska. I don't see him in there.
All right, Bock, we'll skip it. What's his name? Again.
I'm trying to find him in here. not good because I can't. I'm not. It's not coming to me at the top of my head. But yeah, I'll get it here in a second.
I'm trying to think.
The text line will help us out, I'm sure.
The tight end that goes to Texas A&M from Nebraska. What was his name?
Of course, made the big play for Texas A&M early against Miami. Nate Borkacher.
Yeah, Borkacher.
Yeah. For some reason, brain fart. Couldn't remember the name.
Did you see his stuff yet?
I know he was out there. I'm still trying to find and see. He might have been one of those guys that didn't run a whole lot or do a whole lot because he doesn't have a 40-yard dash or split yet. But I know he was out there.
Yeah. Good try, Mark and Harlan. Let's go O-line, Bock. O-line. Let's go. These big guys was running, Bock. When you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys that can run under 5 seconds.
Yeah, with a little more weight to him, right?
Yeah, a lot of more weight. When you talk about Logan Jones, 4.90. Spencer Fano from the Utah offensive tackle, 4.91. Jalen Farmer, Kentucky, 4.93. Monroe Freeland, Georgia, 4.93. Jager Burton, 494. Enrique Cruz, 494. Parker Brasford, 495. And Caleb Lemieux, 499. 9 guys, Bob. I want to see their bench press because this is where.
That's where they can flex, yeah.
Yeah. 33. Trey Zoon, Texas A&M. Blake Miller had 32. Did you see the video with Texas A&M? I think it's their receiver or something. They say they want he did 30-something, but they said they wanted him to do it over. That people were protesting because his butt came off the bench.
Oh, he's cheating.
Yeah. So, all right, Bob, we'll move on to D ends, and we'll go with the 41st.
Good luck with these guys coming off the edge.
Arvell Reese.
Yeah, Arvell Reese.
446. David Bailey, 4.5 flat. Malachi Lawrence, 4.52. Trey Moore, 4.54. This is crazy.
Yeah, and some names Nebraska fans might want to soon forget.
Marvin
Dennis
Jones,
Stenton was in there.
Jones Jr., 4.69. This is crazy, Bob. Guys this big.
Yeah, they're moving. Like I said, Dennis Sutton with a 4.63. Of course, from Penn State, caused Nebraska some problems. Jayshon Barnum sure caused Nebraska some problems as part of that offensive line, giving up too many sacks early on in the season. He had a 4.64 40, so no surprise there. Max Llewellyn went to Iowa, 4.81. I'd like to do better than that, but those are some of the names I think
I was looking
folks
for
would recognize.
The big guy from Cincinnati. What's his name? Collion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's not it. I've seen him at the combine. He was doing something, but
Dante Corleone.
Yeah. Let's go D tackles, Bob. We'll look at those for a second. Zane Durant, Penn State. We know who that is. 4.75. Caleb Proctor, Southeastern Louisiana, 4.79. DeMonte Capehart, 4.85. Anybody that we know from here? Nobody from our division really up there.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of Big Ten representation at defensive tackle this season. Like you said, some of the names that didn't. And it's interesting. A lot of these guys go and just do, 1 or 2 of the drills.
Yeah.
So
I
I
think more kids are running these days, Bob, than anything because, back when we played, they just threw a rug over something and it didn't feel right. So it was more, they got more. They get to wear track shoes and all that stuff right now. So it's a lot different. All right, Bach, when we talk about the linebackers, Sonny Styles, 4.46. Who's that second guy? Caleb
Elarms Orr from TCU.
4.47. Anthony Hill Jr., 4.51. Kyle Lewis, 4.53. Anybody else from the Big Ten you see up there, Bach?
Jacob Rodriguez, not from the Big Ten, would be an interesting one. Ran a 4.57, of course, from Texas Tech. Jake Galde from Cincinnati, another opponent from Nebraska. People might remember ran a 4.62.
All right. Carson Sharaf from Iowa, 4.56. All right, Bach, let's go to cornerbacks.
A little bit faster.
Yes, they are. Ooh, we read them out, Bach.
We got the leading the group is Toriano Pride Jr. from Missouri, ran a 4.32. Dalen Everett from the Bulldogs of Georgia ran a 4.38. Chris Johnson, one of Rob Arch's guys out there at cornerback, ran a 4.4, along with Chandler Rivers of Duke. Takario Davis, Big Ten guy from Washington, ran a 4.41. Try to look through, see if there's any other names that people might recognize. Ohio State defensive back Davison Igbenuson ran a 4.45. Ephesians Prysock from Washington ran a 4.45. And I don't know, for quarterbacks, you don't want to get too much smaller or too low in the pecking order here. TJ Hall of Iowa ran a 4.59. That might not help your stock.
All right, Bach, let's go to safeties. Lorenzo Styles tell his little brother to take that. 4.27. Robert Spears Jr., 4.32. go down some. Dylan Thea, what's it? I can't.
Thieneman, yeah. Purdue transfer to Oregon.
4.35. Jalen Kilgore, 4.40. Fast guys, Bob. We don't do special teams. They don't look no 40 time giving for the kickers, kickers and punters.
A couple other safeties that you might recognize: Kamari Ramsey at USC ran a 4.47. Xavier Wampa, 5-star that went to Iowa, ran a 4.48, and Bishop Fitzgerald, also at USC, ran a 4.55. And at safety specifically, I know people would want to hear a little bit more about what Deshaun Singleton did. But he didn't do a whole lot. Again, one of those names. He was second or tied for first in the broad jump with 10 feet 10 inches. But I think that was one of the 2 drills he did. Let me click on him real quick because he just didn't run a whole lot here. Also had a vert jump of 39.5.
All right.
Which is surprising, especially for me with Singleton. And I'll be interested to see. I'm sure he'll do the rest of the stuff at Pro Day. Maybe just feel more comfortable to get it done at Pro Day. Maybe, injury, something like that going on. But, that's a guy that I don't know if is guaranteed to be drafted. Definitely, you would think would want to try to raise his stock by doing some more of these drills. But like you said, there are other things to consider here going into this.
All right, Bob, we'll wait to see what days Nebraska will have their pro day for the guys here and the rest of the guys on the team. We'll talk about that later on in the weeks to come. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock the Blackshirt, Matt Rhule, and guys are coming up next. We're going to listen to the presser he had after practice Saturday at 93.7 The Ticket.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra premium protein ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Starter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at starterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Fern as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at gainatrucking.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer
Infrastructure,
Bauer
Underground,
Garage,
Excavating.
Shout out to the Bauer crews working hard throughout the Lincoln and Omaha areas. All right, Bock, we got a little Matt Rhule over the weekend. Let's listen to it.
Yes, here's some Matt Rhule from this past weekend's press conference. Let's start with on Rob Orich and implementing his defense.
I think he knows his defense. He knows there's not a lot of gray area. It's something that he owns. He's not putting something new in. So I think he's able to teach it well. I think the coaches are doing a good job. So it's and when you think about a defense, it's everything from the X's and O's all the way down to this is how we teach tackling. Here's when we want you to tackle high, when we want you to tackle low. Here's how we want to disrupt the ball and cause fumbles, and et cetera, et cetera. So he's extremely detailed. And I think I said the other day, I sit in his position meetings just so I can hear not even just the overall, but just how he's teaching the minute details. And I think he does a great job. And I think we're pretty far ahead.
Tackling is the one that gets me, Bob. When you talk about tackling high, tackling low, tackle is a tackle to me. When you can't, when you're in a situation probably on a one-on-one tackle, you want to tackle high. Get in the hole, you can tackle low because you got so many guys, not much room to maneuver in there for a running back. But guys should know how to tackle by now. We still going through this same problem, coordinator after coordinator after coordinator. Hopefully Rob can fix it.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Again, I think the defense over the Matt Rhule era has been fairly good. I mean, especially as opposed to the offense at times. But definitely fell out there toward the end last year under Coach Butler. As we all know, the 3 final games given up over 40 points per game. And so, just can't be done. But I mean, that's the interesting part. I mean, he talks about it and again, having covered this team, not just the Matt Rhule era, but this team for quite a bit of time now. Sometimes you hear some stuff. Okay, you like to hear the process of it, and the coach, there's some coach speak portion of it as well. The big question is, and they're going to say everything they can to say they're ahead of schedule, all this sort of stuff. But how long does it take to implement a new defense?
And it's going to take months.
Yeah,
I mean, this is not an overnight thing. I mean, you can do how many walkthroughs you want to, but you're probably gonna have to. It's probably gonna have to be like damn near beginning of fall practice for you. I mean, you're still gonna, even a new defense, it's gonna take a year to probably really implant it, Bock, for guys who's already here. I mean, especially guys who's you got to get that mentality from that 3-3-5 out of your system. You got to get whatever you've been taught out of your system, and it's like starting over from scratch.
Now, is it going to be, because we hear this too, and I, again, having been through it, I can tell you the second year in any system, that's what they're going to say. Well, and now, as opposed to last year, you had to install. This year, we can hit the ground running. That's kind of naturally the process of it. So, that's the dangers and the, why folks aren't, whether a switch needs to happen, you can get excited about it, and things can be done overnight. I'm not saying it can't, because we've seen that in football over time, but generally, the more years in a system, the better you're going to be prepared, and everybody's going to know it. My question for you, Terrell, is especially on the defensive side of the ball, a lot more read and react than installing an offense, right? I mean, should installing a defense go faster than installing an offense?
Well, it's play selection. I mean, basically, it's who the free guy is. On your defensive line, there's no free guy. I mean, a defense is always built around certain type of players. Like, you can say Charlie McBride defense was based around a wheel linebacker. When you talk about the wheel linebacker, he's the free guy. And that's why I played the wheel I was the free guy. So that's how I got open most of the times, because every other guy had a assignment they had to do before they could make a tackle. Jay Foreman had to fight off tackles, running backs. Grant Wisterdom had to fight off guards and ends, and running backs. Chip and me, I was the cleanup man. So, that there was not too many times I was blocked, but when I was blocked, I was taught how to use my defense mechanism, how to get off blockers.
All right, let's keep on going with Matt Rhule here. Had some more thoughts on the defense and specifically some personnel here. Here's Matt Rhule on Jasir Whittington, the Pittsburgh transfer.
Yeah, he's an explosive man. Watching the film of him at Pitt and then seeing him out here now, no concerns, about his size. He's got great explosive movements. He can move laterally, and he kind of plays at one speed. He plays 100 miles an hour. And I loved his tape, and I've really liked what I've seen so far.
So there you have it. Some quick thoughts on Jasir Whittington. Remember, just a freshman, is 6 foot, 270 pounds coming in. Didn't do a whole lot with the Panthers as an edge rusher, but we'll see if he can factor into the mix a little bit more here at Nebraska.
Yeah. Most of the time when we listen to Matt Rhule talk, we have to assess it for a minute, because, we've been through this before, like you just said, Bock. And I'm not taking anything away from none of these guys. It's just for me, it's a wait and see process. I'm not going to just say overnight we're going to be the best team in the Big Ten. We've been through this for 3 years now. It's a wait and see process for me.
Yeah. Yeah, and for Whittington, by the way, I might have said edge. He's listed defensive tackle. Yeah. 6 foot, 270 pounds. So
not the tallest guy, but got a little frame on him. Should be able to help him.
Yeah, and the questions were kind of pointed at that defensive tackle position, just because that's where some of the bigger questions are for personnel. So again, Whittington will be going into his sophomore year. Owen Stoudemire, the transfer from Boston College, will be going into his senior year. He was asked about him as well. This is Matt Rhule on Owen Stoudemire.
Yeah, Owen's been a very productive player in college football. Comes from a great program, with strength coach, Fitz at Boston College, and obviously Coach Bill O'Brien. So he's come from a program that does things the right way. So to me, he's a very mature player. He's full go. He's out there playing and practicing, and I think he gives us a big, powerful man inside, and we're excited to have him.
There you have it. Remember, he had a season-ending injury last year, so didn't get to play a whole lot, but allows him to get some time here in Lincoln. Again, similar to what we're talking about, going to play inside on the line for Nebraska, 6'1", 290, so a little bit more size than Jasir Whittington.
Yeah, not big, not too big, but just a little bit bigger than Whittington, what you're saying. Well, 6'1", 295.
Yeah. So we'll see. Again, that's when we talk about the words from a head coach or a defensive coordinator, that can go a long way. But having the defensive tackles, go out there and perform, that's going to be a whole nother issue, right? And so we'll wait and see on that. Matt Rhule talked about some other things as well, though, including quarterback. Here's what he notices from Anthony Calandria.
I think the energy and sort of the playmaking ability that he has, when they bring pressures, he's able to either get the ball out or get outside the pocket and extend plays. So, he plays fast. He's got a lot of, when I say energy, it's easy to be excited. It's hard to have energy every day. And I think he has a lot of energy and a very competitive player as well.
So we've seen over the years, Terrell, too, is, not every quarterback naturally has leadership skills. They talk about a lot with his energy and trying to bring people up. I know you were very critical, especially about where Rhule and his leadership skills, how he addressed that. Do you think more energy from a quarterback can help or go a long way?
I think it can help. I mean, different energy. Not that Dylan Riola energy. The kid is a little bit more exciting. I think he brings a little bit more to the table than Riola does with his feet. So, and I remember Hogan saying that you don't want to run him, but most of the time you're going to have to, especially with this young running back group that we haven't found a true leader out of this pack yet. But, we might have to put the first couple of games on his shoulder and run with it because of the running back situation.
Yeah, again, it is going to be fascinating to see how all that plays out. A mobile quarterback can make you look a lot smarter at times. It can also frustrate you at times with decision making. Hopefully, that's not the case too much with Anthony Calandria this year. Matt Rhule is also asking about TJ Lateef and, of course, Daniel Kalen as well.
Yeah, I think when you look at TJ, obviously, like the physical development is really impressive. And then I think once you've played in the game, and started games, the urgency of how fast you have to play and make decisions, with the rush bearing down on you, that's the biggest transition. And so, he got those games at the end of the year to really have that opportunity, and he's healthy now, and he knows what's expected of him. And so I think he's doing a great job. And I think you could say the same thing for Danny. He had a chance to start this year at Virginia. So all three of those guys, because they've started, they sort of know the speed of the game. They know how fast they have to process things. And I think it changes the tempo with which you play in practice, especially when you're not getting hit in practice.
The crazy thing about me, Bock, this situation, you got three guys who started. Who did we promise the starting job to? That's the thing. You got to think it's AC, man. I mean, when a guy who come from a program he already started the whole season at, MAC Player of the Year, what Mountain West Player of the Year,
yep.
Player of the Year, comes in with a lot of hype. You hear guys talking about him, how his that spark he gives them. We can say it's still a long time before we can name a starter, but if he was a smart enough guy, you can already figure out that AC probably is going to be that quarterback.
Yeah, it would be hard, to bring up Player of the Year over and not, give him that. But of course, they're going to fight for him if he plays awful, in practice and leading up to that, or doesn't have the right attitude, all that sort of stuff. Things can change, right? And that's where Nebraska, you do feel good. At least they have options. How viable those options? It's great. It's great to have some experience, like you said, adjusting to the speed of the game, all that sort of stuff. It's not going to be brand new to anybody. But at the same time, if they're great options, they'd probably be starting somewhere. So we'll see. TJ Lateef, I think that was a big part of last season. Of course, came in the USC game, and it looked like things were a little too quick for him, right? And then the UCLA game had a great performance. A lot of that with Emmett Johnson doing a lot of the carrying for that. Then the Penn State, Iowa, and Utah game, certainly each one of those could have gone better, but to that speed of the game talk and to just getting experience, what's expected of you if you've started some games and what you're looking at moving forward. I'm sure he'll be out there for a good competition, but it was a bit ahead of his time, if you will, to kind of force him in there. TJ Lateef.
I think he should take. Here's my take, Bob. If TJ's not saying that all players think like this, if he's a smart player, Bob, I'll take this year a red shirt. I'll let AC have it because I didn't really develop like I wanted to last year. I was put in a situation where I didn't have a choice but to go out there. You came in. You came in December. You made a good push. You did get up to second, but at the same time, you wasn't ready completely like he should be after the red shirt year. So I think he played. I think he should play a couple of games, take a red shirt, and then make 27 his year. He'll still be a red shirt. What, sophomore then?
Yeah, if he redshirted.
Yeah. So the best thing for him to do is probably, take a red shirt. Let that guy have it. Not saying that you're giving up on competition, but get your body and your mind right before you go out here and play a game that's going to stress you out for a long season.
It's definitely something worth monitoring, but at the same time, he's got to be full and ready to go. I mean, I wouldn't make that decision now. Of course, we've seen over time in college football, and we saw it last year. The starter can go down at any time. If you're the number two,
you still got a guy like Daniel Kaelin. Daniel Kaelin started at Virginia for a minute. And then let him battle Daniel Kaelin. That'll be a great battle. I mean, I know TJ with his running ability, he should beat out a guy like Daniel Kaelin, but he's not going to beat out a guy that's come from not saying the MAC player of the year. I mean, this guy fits the situation with what you want in the offense. Dylan Rhule was here to bring other top players in for us, which he did. But athletic-wise, he wasn't ready. He needed to slim down a lot. He needed to get ball control. He needed to be coachly correctly. There's a lot of things, and I think by him going to Oregon, that's what's going to happen out there.
Yeah, he's certainly due for a redshirt year himself. Final clip from Matt Rhule this was him talking to high school agents at the NFL Combine.
It's different now in that it used to be I would go every time I've had a player in it. I've always tried to go and do those two things. Now, you probably spoke with 30 agents on Thursday night and Friday during the day because they represent high school players now, and so. It was a business trip for us. Pat Stewart went, Keith Williams went, Logan Holgerson went. Probably could argue we could have been up there for 3 days. Excuse me, just with the amount of guys that we who represent pro players and also represent college players, able to get a lot of meetings with those guys. Just not only for this year, but for years moving forward.
What do you talk about with them?
With the agents, either specific players. So some of them represent guys on our team, or specific players that we're recruiting that they represent, or just more, kind of a global picture. We find out a lot of what other schools are doing.
Yeah, I think that agent stuff is just crazy for high schoolers.
Yeah, it's definitely a different day and age. But yeah, I guess you're out there for business and you're getting some business done. So. That's not necessarily too detrimental. And it's interesting. I've noticed Logan Holgerson's name getting name dropped a little bit more, as he is the assistant GM, of course, for Nebraska here, and of course Daniel Holgerson is there as well as the offensive coordinator. So it's just kind of interesting to see some names that are getting popping up a little bit more, and some experience that they're getting.
Yeah. All right, Bock. Let's go to break. When we come back, we'll end it out with the end of the segment, and we'll hand it off to Jay Foreman and not Austin, but Nick W. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Hey guys, it's Nick Sainer. Join me and the rest of the 93.7 The Ticket crew as we bring you live coverage of the 2026 NSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament from Pinnacle Bank Arena. The action tips off Wednesday, March 4th. If it's being played at Pinnacle Bank Arena, it's heard on the ticket. Class A to Class D2 all week long. Join us March 4th through March 7th as we crown 6 state champions from the 2026 NSAA Girls State Basketball Tournament right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
In a world where Wi-Fi battles rage and bandwidth is never enough, one family dares to connect it all. Work from home, influence all day, stream all night, and game to win. Deadlines, downloads, and dance-offs, all happening under one roof, flawlessly. Can your internet provider do that? Fiber fuel your household at allofiber.com/all-in.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966. All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
The wait is over. It's Truck Month at Anderson Ford, which means big selection and even bigger savings on Ford F-150s. Like lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for only $195 per month. The truck that's built to work hard and play hard. Another reason you'll experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1008409. Previous service letter. $195 per month for 36 months, 7,500 miles per year, 8,500 with site. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26.
One last night, one legendary career. On April 4th at 7 p.m., Love Nebraska hosts Love Austin at Baxter Arena, and it marks the final home match of Olympic gold medalist Jordan Larson's career. From world championships to unforgettable runs in Nebraska, she's defined excellence at every level. Now she shares the court one final time at home against an Austin squad ready to compete. It's more than a matchup. It's a farewell to a Nebraska icon and global trailblazer. Be there to witness history on April 4th at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now at lovbneb.com/tickets.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, Call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hello, parents and community partners. Read Across America Week is this week, March 2nd through the 6th. I'm Tim Royers, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. We need your help to inspire a love of reading that lasts a lifetime. Volunteer in a classroom, read with your child, or donate a favorite book. Let's celebrate Dr. Seuss's birthday and show our kids that reading matters at school and beyond. Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 12th annual Street Festival. The party goes all weekend long, but starts on March 14th and 15th with tons of giveaways, great Irish food, and green beer. And it continues on Tuesday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 9 a.m. on Saturday, 11 a.m. on Sunday, and 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And the street party starts at 2 p.m. all 3 days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's Irish Pub, located at 8th and P.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the last segment of the day. First, I want to give out condolences to the Rhule family, man. Todd Rhule, younger brother Tyrone, passed away over the weekend. A lot of us know Tyrone. He was a great fullback, younger brother of Rhule. So if you get in touch with Todd Rhule, if you're on his Facebook page, shoot him a message. Todd is one of those guys at 93.7 The Ticket, and he's always family.
Yeah.
Former teammate, too.
Yeah, absolutely hate to see it. And again, thoughts and prayers to the Rhule family. Always tough to get over a loss.
All right, Bock, what else you got before we get out of here?
Yeah, as we look at it here, of course, Nebraska, we kind of went through what was going on over the weekend and how things are kind of landing up here. I just did want to make a highlight, at least. You know, the women did get the win over Rutgers 93-52. They'll now face Indiana. We talked a little bit about it, but they'll face Indiana on Wednesday. Nebraska is currently in ESPN projections one of the last four in. So you're thinking you're going to have to win this game. You know, how he set it up generally, the tournament time, it's like tournament play, right? Your season's on the line. And I think if you're on the bubble and you lose and you have to go to the NIT, then so be it, right? So it's kind of like a little bit of an NCAA tournament game. Nothing is guaranteed if they do beat Indiana, but you'd feel more comfortable going into Selection Sunday with a victory than not, certainly. Indiana is currently on a 3-game winning streak. The Huskers did beat them behind Britt Prince's 20 points on January 8th, 78-73. The winner of that game will play Ohio State Thursday, and the winner of that game will play the 4-seed Minnesota on Friday. Nebraska lost to both Ohio State and Minnesota by double digits. So the big one's going to be that Indiana game on Wednesday. We'll look forward to that. The other thing I wanted to make note of was the trade in the NFL today. The Texans landed David Montgomery from the Lions for offensive lineman Juice Scruggs in a 4th and 6th round pick. Montgomery is coming off his 3rd season in Detroit, had 716 yards last season. I think 8 touchdowns as well, 4.5 yards per carry. The 28-year-old 3rd round pick out of Iowa State has been in the league now for 7 years already. The Texans, of course, started Woody Marks last year after he kind of won that job over Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb will be a free agent, only had 506 yards with Houston
Woody Marks
this past year. Yeah, he did pretty good, 704
USC,
yards. Yes, he was.
The little guy.
But he only averaged 3.6 yards per carry.
He just needs some help back there.
He might.
And that's what
what Montgomery will do.
that's what Montgomery. Bock, I got the most hated teams in college football before we get out of here.
Okay.
This is from Josh Pate. Who do you think is number 1?
Texas.
No, let me see. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame,
is
okay.
the most hated team in college football. Number 2?
Got to be Texas.
Alabama.
Man, I already disagree with this list.
Number 3, Texas.
There you go.
Number 4, LSU. Number 5, Miami. Number 6, USC. Number 7, Michigan. And number 8, Ohio State. The most hated teams in college football.
That list doesn't surprise me. Again,
And I got this right
rearranged
quick, Bob.
Go ahead.
SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey wants college sports to return to a one-time transfer rule. Skankly is calling for national eligibility standards that put academics first while being consistently to roster management. He expressed concern about older players remaining in college.
It's come from the SEC?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like any. Who took over Greg Sankey's body?
93.7 The Ticket, Bock The Blackshirt. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Up next, Jay Foreman and Nick W. filling in for Austin Orman, who's on his way to Cali, going back to Cali. 93.7 The Ticket. We're out.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law